Hey, it's Joe Amoia, founder and creator of GPSforlove.com. You ever been out on a date with a guy and you wanted to ask him some questions, but you were afraid of scaring him away? Or maybe you've been out on a date, you've gone out on several dates with a guy, and you wanted to ask him some questions to see where he was at, but you were afraid of the answer you were going to get, so you just clammed up and didn't say anything. Well, if so, I want you to pay close attention, because it's not what you do, it's how you do it. See, guys who want to be in relationships don't mind having conversations and don't mind expressing their true thoughts and feelings. But there are certain things that those guys will look for to let them know that they might not want to be with you. So the old expression, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And it's what I like to say, it's the difference between an interview and an interrogation. See, if you're interrogating some guy and you have some kind of agenda, us guys, we're going to sniff that a mile away. However, if you're simply a human being on a journey who's looking for love and you have some questions about where you'd like to go and where the person you're communicating with would like to go, then us guys have nothing, we've got no problem with that. So I want to tell you the 3 red flags that we look for that will scare us away. So the first thing we look for is that when you start asking us questions and you come across as desperate or needy, that's like, so do you like me? When am I going to see you again? And it's like, I don't know you yet, so why are you asking me all these questions? I remember, I'd gone out on a date with a girl maybe 2-3 times, and like the 3rd time she called me, and I had plans that day, and I'm like, sorry, I can't make it. And she's like, where are we? Where are we going with this? And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And she's like, where are we going with this relationship? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, we ain't going nowhere, because first of all, we're not in a relationship. We've only had 3 dates. And secondly, the way you're acting shows me that you're cuckoo and I don't want to be with you. So when you come across as desperate and needy, that's a big red flag to us guys. The second red flag we look for when you're asking your question is when you're superficial and shallow. You ask us all those superficial, shallow questions like, how much do you make? What kind of car do you drive? All that kind of stuff. Look, we all like nice things. We all like material things. We all like money. Money makes life easier, whether you agree with that or not. That's just how it is. But when that's your focus, and that's your only focus, and that's what you're putting out in the beginning, well, that tells us guys, us men, that, you're superficial and shallow, and we ain't ever going to make you happy unless we live up to your standards. So we're usually out of there. So that's the second red flag. Now, the third red flag, this is one, it's, pretty simplistic, but that's when you're a bitch. You come across like everything. You're not going to take shit from guys, and no guy is going to do to you anything other than what you're going to let him do. And, I'm all for standing in your power and being confident, but there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. And so when you come off as some arrogant bitch, like everything, then you know what? Us guys are like, screw this. We don't want that. And think of it this way. If a guy's going to spend the rest of his life with a woman, why does he want to be with a woman who treats him like crap? Who has all these rules and agenda that he has to live up to. And when he doesn't live up to those rules and agenda, he's going to get his head handed to him. It's not that. That's not what we're looking for. Trust me on that. So hopefully your takeaway from this video is, these 3 red flags, but understanding there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a conversation and asking a few questions. Us guys, us men who are, who have no problem with relationships and commitment, understand that you're a person and you're looking for love just like we are. See, anybody who says, they're not looking for love is simply full of crap, and they're not willing to admit it, or they've just been so hurt in their life that they're not willing to open up to the possibility of getting hurt again. That happens to everybody. We all get hurt. We all have, our heart handed to us. But, those people who want to move on are willing to do the work and get over whatever that hurt is so that they can go out and have that and create that great, amazing relationship. So, as always, there's going to be some mirror time. So I want you to, look over this video again and ask yourself, quite honestly, do you possibly come across as in one of these 3 ways? And again, don't beat yourself up if you are. You're not wrong. You're not broken. You don't need. Just notice that and understand that may be one of the reasons why you continue to struggle. And if you do, see what you need to do the opposite. To not be desperate, to be confident, to be secure. Instead of being superficial, to be deep. Instead of being a bitch, just simply be nice. Be who you inherently and authentically are. Because I'm telling you, if you're an amazing woman and you just are your true authentic self and you're just showing a guy that you're a woman who's looking for love just like he is, when the right guy, and I say the right guy, comes along, he's going to notice that and he's going to have no problem committing to you because he's going to realize that his life is better with you in it than it is without you in it. Okay, so I hope this helps. As always, love to hear your feedback, and if you have any questions, feel free to post those as well. I'll see you next time.